So, Peter Chattaway, a heritage advocate, the house behind you at 409 Park has been removed from the heritage list. You think that's a mistake? Tell us why.
Yeah, it's not based on evidence. You know, the decision, which was pushed through City Council, was based on the structural integrity and the cost of repairing it, and those are not heritage criteria. You know, heritage is things with the meaning and the significance and the value of the property is not based on the condition of the building. And so it's a real mistake to think that, oh, because it's going to cost to repair something, that therefore you can lose heritage value. This building is significant. It represents the story of Groves, who was a surveyor and was who early in the 20th century, and it's the history of development. And the developers here are destroying their own story. You know, how contradictory is that? And they're changing the character of the neighborhood into a neo-traditional neighborhood. And that, again, you lose the stories. You know, just over here is the Charles Patman House. We lost that. He was a fire chief for 50 years in Kelowna. How could you tear down a structure that represents that story? And if the structures aren't there, the story is lost.
So you have a concern about the house behind you, but also about the precedent this sets, that there's others that could go in the same way?
Well, yeah, it's a mindset. You know, people want new because they see it in magazines and they think they have to live a certain lifestyle. Significant members of our community for over 100 years have raised their families in this house. And there's lots of feeling in these older buildings and embodied energy. You know, throwing a building like this in the landfill is not sustainability. You know, it's one of the big problems of landfills are construction materials.
So is there any way through the system that this house might end up being saved in its current state or with its current heritage value?
A demolition permit in Kelowna in the heritage conservation area, such as this Abbott Street area, requires a review by the Heritage Advisory Committee, and they can say no. And they should say no, as they did before when they request to deregister this house. Now, council can again ignore their decision, their recommendation, but they really should be doing it based on understanding heritage and the value and the meaning of it, not just the cost.
All right, Peter Chattaway, thank you very much.